Hello again. It's been another week already and time for me to do another lovely little story for you. So I picked the one that I've done in schools again this week, which is another fabulous story, and it is Giraffes Can't Dance. Now, giraffes are my favourite animals, so I'm going to enjoy this story, I think. Are we ready? So Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. His knees were awfully bandy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Oh dear, poor Gerald. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad. Because when it came to dancing, he was really rather bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did the cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald! The animals all laughed. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, don't be daft. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. He crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and all alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and he leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I'm dancing! Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." How is it you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us so. But Gerald simply twizzled round and finished with a bow. He raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We can all dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." How lovely. I love that book. But do you know what? There were some things in that book that were quite mean, wasn't there? I mean, Gerald's friends and all the animals laughed at him when he wanted to dance, and that wasn't really a very nice thing to do. And what made me sad was how Gerald listened to them, didn't he? When they all said, "Oh, Gerald, don't be daft. Giraffes can't dance." He walked away with his head down, all sad and alone. Now, we know, don't we, that what he should have done is he should have come to some Relaxed Kids classes, because we teach ourselves how to be confident, don't we? So you remember, if we're feeling like we're not confident, we've got a simple trick. We put our hands on our hips. We make ourselves bigger and we say positive words to ourselves, don't we? So Gerald could have said, "I can dance. I'm amazing. I'm brave. I'm confident." And that would have helped him. And if he was still feeling nervous, he could have done some of his nice, slow breathing and calmed himself down. Luckily, Gerald went to somewhere quiet to calm down, didn't he? And that's another thing that you can do sometimes if you're feeling sad or upset. You can go and find yourself somewhere quiet to help you to calm down a little bit and do your breathing. And as you saw in the story, once Gerald had calmed down and he gave dancing a go, he was actually an amazing dancer. And I bet some of you guys are amazing dancers too. So what I want you to do this week, I've got a little homework task for you. I want you to put on some really fun music and have a dance, or even two. So just the dafter, the better. Let's see your funky Gerald moves. Let's do some crazy dancing. And you'll notice how it just makes you feel good. Now, you can do that if you're in school. I'm sure the whole class could have a dance after you've finished watching me. Or you could do that at home with your families. Get your mum and dad up, or your nan and granddad, or anybody you live with them. Say, "Nikki says we've got to put on a fun song and have a dance." And if you can't think of a fun song to dance to, you can always look up our favourite song on YouTube, which is the Kidding Around Yoga Every Little Cell song. That always makes me feel happy. So I want you to go out and have a dance this week and dance yourself happy and have some fun. Now, when you finish that, we could just remind ourselves of some of the other things that we do in Relaxed Kids to calm ourselves down. And the number one thing is our breathing, isn't it? So we're going to practice our breathing again. I think this week we're going to do our bear hug breathing, but we're going to do it half each. So we'll start off, I'll show you two ways that you can do this. So the first one is like a bear hug. We're just going to give ourselves a little hug before we start, because that always makes us feel better. So what we're going to do, we're going to go like this. Breathe in and breathe out. 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 Now that one's super nice because we're giving ourselves a hug at the same time, but I like to do it on one arm. So I like to go like this. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's swap arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. So maybe you could try that this week and see if that breathing technique is one that can help you. Because doing our breathing can really, really help us to be calm. And another thing we can do when we do our body scan is we can throw those grumpy feelings away. So if we're feeling really cross, we imagine putting those grumpy feelings in our hands and we can just throw them away. If you've got worries, you can imagine catching them in your hands and squeeze your hands really tight and just throw them away. We can do that for any bad feeling at all. But there's another thing that I just want to show you this week as well. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, again, you can do what Gerald did and you can go to a quiet corner and just calm down. And there are some little places on our faces that we can very gently rub to calm ourselves down. So one is here. Can you see I'm just here? Make sure we don't do it in our eyes. And we just very gently do some little circles there. Going to help to calm us down. So we do circles in one direction, then we're going to change direction. That's a really nice one just to calm us down. The other thing is we can warm up our hands. Everybody warm up. It's very cold out there, so make sure you're nice and warm before you do this one. A bit more. Go on, go a bit faster. And all we can do is hold it over our eyes like that, just for a minute. That can just help us to calm down again. So let's do that again. Let's warm up our hands. Warm them up, warm them up, warm them up, warm them up, warm them up. And then in a minute, we're just going to put them over our eyes. So close your eyes. We're just going to take in a deep breath. Are we ready? Oh man, I'm lovely warm now. And take a deep breath. Then just rub. Lovely. That's a really nice one to do. Okay. Now, are we going to have a lovely little relaxation now? Let me see if I can get my nice music on. Today we're going to do marvellous melted marshmallows. Let me find it. I love this one. Here we go. Can we see Ted? Ted's got a little bonfire and she's melting her marshmallows there. Right. I need my glasses. So get yourself nice and comfy, ready for a lovely little relaxation. Close your eyes. Stay as still as you can. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. In and out. Nice and slowly. Lovely and calm. And just relax as you listen to my voice for the next few minutes. And I want you to imagine that you're sat around a campfire with your family. It's a cool night, but you're all wrapped up, feeling lovely and snuggly and warm. You love watching the red and orange flames dancing happily in the fire pit. The roaring blaze flickering and jumping around to its merry tune of pop, sizzle and crackles. You watch the fire from a safe distance. There's something really relaxing about this picture in front of you and the sounds it makes. You can feel the warmth of the flames on your skin. It's a lovely, cozy feeling. And you feel so relaxed and happy right now, sitting here with the people you love. You feel safe, calm and loved, and it's such a lovely feeling. So imagine now that you all decide to toast some delicious marshmallows. Take the marshmallows out of the packet and notice how soft soft and squidgy they feel between your fingers. You put them on the end of your long stick, then hold the marshmallows over the edge of the fire, being very careful not to get too close. You can see the marshmallow getting bigger and the colour changing as it starts to heat up. You can smell the sweet smell of sugar in the air. It smells delicious. You can't wait to eat it all up. So enjoy the moment when you finally get to gobble up this delightful treat. The marshmallow oozes sweetness into your mouth and tastes so good. Your tummy and heart both feel full of wonderful feelings. You feel so happy sitting around the campfire with people you love. So when you're ready, bring back these lovely, happy feelings as you open your eyes and begin to stir and say out loud, I am loved. I am loved. Wow, I hope you enjoyed that. I could certainly imagine that sugary taste of those marshmallows. Lovely. I shall see you all soon. Have a good week. Bye bye.